guys. Alright, so I haven't made a video in some time now. So, a lot of things has happened since then. And I'm going to start with LOGC, and I'm going to make probably 3 or 4 videos from now till I have to punch in for work. So, let's take a look at LOGC real quick and see the price action that we had. So, you guys know the pattern that it's in, and we did have another fake out, and that one really caught me by surprise. Because not only was the volume massive, which was a confirmation of a breakout, but we also had a weekly close above some pretty high resistance line, which was here. But I drew some more trend lines, and I guess unfortunately, the main resistance that we're gonna have to. I mean, this was the support here that I was like, if we get above this and we close above this 850 area, we're off and fucking running. But, at the time, we didn't see any of this. And, I was like, wow, we can still come all the way up here. But unfortunately, it didn't work out that way because we ended up dumping and creating bearish divergence, and we had a fake MACD cross. We came up and we fucking dumped because we didn't see any of this at the time. We just saw this and we fucking rolled right over. So, although, that sucks that happened, obviously, because we got caught off guard a little bit, which is why that video update I made was saying we should put some stop losses just in case. I don't know if anyone got the chance or if anyone's even in this with me. If you got the chance to put that stop loss below this 886 level, but I had exited. I almost re-entered at $8. I really wanted to enter at $8, but I couldn't find myself to do so at the time, which kind of sucks. But I decided that I'm going to play it a little safer, and I am going to. Let me see if I can. I'm going to play it a little safer, and I am going to wait for a daily close, or maybe not even a daily close, an hourly close or a 4-hourly close above this trend line. Let me see if that would make sense. Let me just reiterate this. So, yeah, a 4-hourly close above this trend line, 916. Did we get any hourly closes above that? I want to see. We did, so that's not really going to help us. So it has to be a 4-hourly or a daily close above this trend line, or maybe even above this trend line. I'm not sure yet how I'm going to play it. But basically what I have going here, and this is a new thing that I'm starting to do because somebody on YouTube that I watch a lot in the crypto trading, and I always wanted to use these because I think they're cool as shit, but they're so helpful. These price action. So basically, it's going to be huge to use these because if you go on like a weekly time frame, and we take this green resistance box or green box here, we basically, excuse me, can look back at old resistance and old support, and we can move this. Come on, you may fucking hold it. Sorry. We can basically move this box. There we go. To old resistance lines, which for this case will be that right there, and old support lines, which would be that there. Which, if you run this across, makes more sense. Oh, yeah, that makes good sense. All right, so this being said, this is proving to us that we have came up, rejected, came down, came up. Obviously, right now, we are holding support on it. But if we go a little further into the past here to show how important this is and why I am still super fucking bullish on this thing. So if we actually take this box here and we run this box across, it's going to give us some insight on what's going on here. Okay, which we actually might do something like that, do something like that, and run it right across. Because that looks a little better. And we'll do that. Okay, so that being said, this shows us that when we first started this fucking thing out, right? We came up, we got rejected here, we came back down, we did catch a support on this here, which I'm going to come down here and show you in a second. Come on. We caught support there, right? And we blasted the fuck off. Now, just because we touched it once doesn't potentially turn it into support, because usually you need to double bottom on it. And as you see here, we came up, rejected, came down, tried to get support, wicked below, faked out, came back up, came back down continuously, tried to hold support on this line, right? And eventually we were not able to hold it, and we fell. So that goes to show how strong and how good of a support this actually is, but it also shows that we have never been able to hold it as support. So is that a scary sign or is that a good sign? So to me, it's a little bit of both, obviously, because, you can have some price action above it. These are all weekly closes above it, potentially. So even with the weekly closes above it, it was not ever really enough. So basically, where we are right now is we're consolidating on this line of support. Give me this. There we go. We are holding this line, and we have been holding this line here as we're consolidating, and we have a very good pattern here that we are still maintaining, which I think, my blue line here, that's hard to see, but this is the blue line here. Whoops. This is our blue line here that we are holding, which I think that I have to move this a little bit because that's not where I had it. Sorry, guys. You know me, I'm doing this on the fly here. So hold on. There we go. There we go. Where was it? Let me go back to the daily so I can make this clear as day. Because I was looking at this morning and I was like, okay. All right, let me do this again. So, let's see. Support and blast it off right here. This looks like, I think that would be the best potential area, because when we did catch support there, we in the past blasted the fuck off, right? So we're gonna keep that. We're gonna put this here, and now we're gonna look and see how this looks. So obviously, when we wicked down, we came a little bit below it here, bought right back up. We're still chilling right in this area. We haven't fell below. So as long as, when we retested it here, even with the wick below, we got a really good fucking bounce. And now we've wicked below right here, but we're getting bought back up. We opened up above the old closing price, which is good. We're getting a higher fucking close right here. And we're butting our heads against this resistance right here of 835. So that is still the pattern right here that we've been playing, this massive pattern. So obviously it's downward sloping. So, if we don't get a breakout here, then we would, obviously if we continue down here, the breakout target gets lower and lower. But, unless we're going to bounce from this trend line here, which is my long-term, short, I'd say secondary trend line here that we don't want to break below, which would now be around $8. This is what we're doing. So in short, we right now need to get above this $8.45 level, $8.45 level, and we need to get support on this level. Because as of right now, I mean, yeah, we got a little bit of support here, but we haven't really been able to consolidate much above this line. So would this be a good long position? Potentially. If you get a daily close above 845, I guess that wouldn't be too bad of a scenario. If you get up in there and you hold off. Now this could get up, come up, wick up to this $9 area, come back down, whatever. Still trend inside here. But until you get some type of support, whether it's a daily close above or something of that matter, we really want to try to find support here. And once we get above here, it'll be the same deal. You want support here. Obviously, you see here on the daily, we wicked up, but then we fell back in. We never got support here. Same here. We had these wicks. We never got support. We didn't get much support. We got a little support here, fell back down, so on and so forth. So between these two lines here, between this 779 at the lowest, which I don't believe it's going to break this line here because this is the bull flag that we're in. So between this 780 and which next would be $10 if we come back up here, $10. I mean, it's possible that this just gets a breakout, either blasts straight up or continues in this bull flag, and 884, 1050, back down to 920, back up. You know what I mean? It could do all that inside here for a couple weeks or a week or so, where it's going boom, 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 and not every single day, of course. This could be over the course of a week or so, where it makes its way up, makes its way down. But needless to say, this is nothing to be alarmed about. There's no sign, in my opinion, because if you look at the weekly RSI, we got a little bit of a reset here. So, we are right about here on this weekly point. So, even with this reset we got, this looks pretty good. We don't have bearish divergence or anything on the weekly, which is good. So, I still am feeling very good about this. I didn't re-enter though, so I am literally just watching this thing. I'm trying to decipher if I want to wait until it gets more support here and see if this turns into some type of W pattern, something like that, or even actually something like that would be the most bullish, because you would want this price action to get bought back up here and then find support on this area. So I guess I'm going to be watching this for some type of W play out here. But as of right now, we do have bullish divergence on the daily. So you can see the price action is like that, and the price action is like that. So, and we did confirm that. So this is a good sign that we're going to be heading back upwards. So, if you didn't enter, then you could even look for some type of support above 920, like legit support, as in a daily close above would be huge, not just a wick up to $10 and then go, oh my God, I'm going to miss it. Unless it breaks this fucking $10 level with some volume. And even still, it might still be a fake out of some sort. Because we want to see a daily close above this range potentially would be the safest point. Because obviously a daily close above this trend line didn't mean shit as I thought it would. So I'm feeling like this green box is going to be very, very significant. And if you look at the past, we've had wicks and wicks and wicks above here as of right now, and we never really got any daily closes above. And when we did, we blasted the fuck off, because this is really, like, right now, the area we're in is right around here. So that being said, obviously we're going to get some resistance up here as well. The $12 range is going to be some resistance to look out for. So there's this potential area here, which we might grab this to give us some insight when we get there so we don't forget about it. Something like that, because then this lines up perfectly with this wick as well. So this is going to be a green box we're going to have to keep an eye on in this area once we get up here, $11.58 to $12. So, that could be a potential sell point if we can't hold support or get daily closes up in here. But this is where it's heading. It's definitely heading here. I honestly think that this is going to be just a big inverse head and shoulders. This is the last of this video. I'm sorry, it's getting a little long. Inverse head and shoulders. I think that's what we're looking at here. So, if you're in it, hang tight. Nothing's going to just go straight up. We are building support and we're consolidating. We don't want to go just straight up. We want to build this support. This is going to be, the longer it stays in a specific area, the more buying that gets done, like around the $8 range, it creates stronger and stronger support in those ranges. When you just blast the fuck up, you have no built support below, then you end up like GameStop and you blast the fuck up and you have nothing below you to hold you back. This right here is GameStop. We blasted the fuck off, right? Straight the fuck up. And there was obviously people were buying the whole way up. But when you don't stop, consolidate, move up, come back down, retest, consolidate, find new support, go up higher, come back down, retest that, then, you end up with a movement just like this. So I'm playing a little bit of this right now, to be honest with you, because in my opinion, this wick that came down here to a daily close prior was actually a retest of support right here. And our new resistance would be $95. And if we can get above this $95 and claim support here, legit support, not just, oh my God, blast back up. Legit support, consolidate, come back up, then you would test this resistance here around $1.60, and so on and so forth. Then you'd want to find support here, blah, 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 blah. And, if that actually was to happen, then, GameStop could actually be having some kind of life ahead of itself. But if it can't maintain any of that, it's just going to be a pump and dump, which it is right now. Then obviously it is what it is. That's a very risky move to do anything like this, but I did buy in this zone here. So I'm just taking a quick fucking potential flip. I'm hoping for around $1.50, $1.60. Who knows? I don't really care. I didn't buy much. I bought like one share just to fuck around. But anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Long ass video.